We live in time.
I'm worried that there's a very distinct and real possibility that I am about to fall in love with you.
It stars two of my favorite actors of all time, Andrew Garfield and Florence Pugh. This movie is a love story, and it tells the story of a professional chef named Almut, who is played by Florence Pugh. One night, Florence Pugh accidentally runs her car into Tobias, who is played by Andrew Garfield, and the strange thing, I really don't know what he does for a living. All we know is that Tobias is a lonely man, he is a sad man, he is a man who is having an internal crisis.
Hopefully we do plant some flags and we do find out some of who we are. And then with that, maybe we lose a few people at the same time. And then maybe after that, with some flags planted that you thought you knew what that was about, and then the person that you love the most is no longer there, you kind of go, well, what happened? And where am I going now?
This movie, We Live in Time, is not told in chronological order. Think of movies like Christopher Nolan's Memento.
How can I heal? How am I supposed to heal if I can't feel time?
This is a movie about two people who just so happen to fall in love, and it explains their love story through moments in time that are not told in chronological order, so it does make things a bit confusing, but it also makes the story intriguing because when it starts off in one place and we get a piece of information. Then it starts off in another place, then you're confused, like, wait a minute, we just saw something and now there's something else. Then it goes into something else and you're like, wait a minute, okay, so now I see what's going on here.
You see a relationship from multiple facets. You know, it's like a diamond with lots and lots of different pieces cut into it, or it's like a cubist painting. You're seeing something from 6 perspectives simultaneously. And jumping around in the story allowed us to do that, so that you don't have to have, you know, the lead up to the argument and the trailer. You can just go into the argument and then you can just see them getting back together and you can see other things around it. And you wind up, I hope, with the feeling like you've known them all their life.
The main thing, Andrew Garfield and Florence Pugh, as they say, they have fantastic chemistry in this movie. I love the way the director captures these performances from these actors in this film. Like, there are these intense scenes where Andrew Garfield and Florence Pugh are looking at each other, and the director puts us in their perspective, like we're looking right at Andrew Garfield's face as he's listening to Florence Pugh talk about her life and her feelings.
And the sand's running out of the hourglass, and I just wanted to be able to look back and say, see, I did that. I was reckless and I was wild and I fucking did it.
Andrew Garfield, I mean, come on, he's a handsome man. Florence Pugh, she's a beautiful woman. These two are the best actors in the world, and they work fantastically together, and their chemistry is off the charts, and it's just like, holy cow.
I'm guilty of looking ahead instead of right in front of me. At you.
This movie alone proves that Florence Pugh is one of the best actors working today, because I don't know, she actually did her research, she actually studied pregnant women, she actually took the advice, because she puts it all on the line.
I know loads of women that have had completely different births and how the whole experiences are huge, and the main event, and magical and painful and beautiful and calm and insane. And I just really was like, I'm gonna have to get this right, or else a lot of mothers are gonna be like, you failed there.
So ultimately, in conclusion, how do I feel about this movie? I want to say I love it, and I kind of feel like I do. It made me cry 3 times, man. It made me cry at a certain point in the beginning, then there was a certain point in the middle of the film, and then the very ending got me. The ending to this movie really made me cry, because it was like the ending was a happy moment, but it was also sad. It was like there's happiness within sadness, but then there's also sadness within happiness. It was a beautiful ending.
I'm okay. It's okay, honestly. It's okay not to be okay.
It's a movie that I love, and I highly recommend it if you want a good cry. That's all I have to say.
2 hours of me going, we're all gonna die, we're all gonna die, we're all gonna die, what's the point?